video was made possible thanks to the support of assetprotection.au, supporting security professionals achieve more with the Aritech range of products.
Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're jumping into the world of Tecom security systems. We're going to break down 5 of their key controllers, from the classic Challenger V8 all the way to the brand new Discovery. We'll look at how they've evolved, what really sets them apart, and figure out which brain is the right one for the job. Let's get into it.
So here's what we've got on tap. We'll kick things off by talking about what a controller actually is, the brains of the operation. Then we'll meet the controllers themselves. After that, we'll dive into the details, comparing their capacity, how they connect to the modern world, and what they're actually like to work with. And we'll wrap it all up with a guide to making the right choice for your project.
All right, first things first, at the absolute heart of any integrated security system, you've got the control panel. Now, you really have to think of it as the brain. It's coordinating everything, every signal, every door that opens, every alarm that sounds. It's the central nervous system for the entire building.
And you know, just like in the real world, these brains have evolved over time. While the basic job, keeping things secure, has stayed the same, the technology packed inside these boxes has gone through this massive transformation. And that affects everything, from raw power to how installers actually program and interact with them. Okay, so let's meet the 5 brains we're going to be comparing. Each one really represents a different era in Tecom's story, from the foundational systems that pretty much set the standard to the cutting-edge tech that's paving the way for the future. So we have to start with the Challenger V8. For years, this thing has been the absolute bedrock of commercial security, especially in Australia and New Zealand. It's a true workhorse, famous for how well it integrates access control and intrusion detection. I guarantee you'll still find these on countless sites today. Next up, we have the Challenger 10 and the Challenger Plus. The Challenger 10 was really the first big step up from the V8, expanding its capabilities. But then the Challenger Plus came along and took it even further, offering way more scale and modern features. And here's the key part. It was backward compatible with older V8 gear, which made upgrades so much smoother. For our comparison, we'll kind of group these two together because they represent a similar leap in tech.
And that brings us to what's happening now. For smaller scale jobs, Tecom brought out the Challenger LE Plus, which is a more compact, cost-effective option. But the biggest leap forward, by far, is the Discovery panel. This is a complete reimagining of what a controller can be, with a modern, web-based experience and a totally new physical design.
So here's the crucial question. What can these different brains actually manage? The numbers themselves tell a really fascinating story of just how far the technology has come. Let's put their core specs side by side and see what happens. Wow, this table really shows the jump in power, doesn't it? Look at this. The original Challenger V8 could handle 50 users right out of the box. The LE Plus doubled that to 100. Then the Challenger Plus and 10 made a big leap to 2,000. And then this colossal jump to over 65,000 native users on the Discovery. And you see that same kind of growth with inputs and doors. It's a really clear trend toward handling bigger, much more complex sites with each new generation.
Yeah, that 65,535 number is the real headline here. It represents a fundamental shift. See, on older systems like the V8, if you wanted that many users, you had to go out and buy a separate memory expansion module and install it. With Discovery, all that power is native. It's built right into the main board. It's not an add-on anymore. It's the new standard.
Okay, so a powerful brain is great, but it's pretty useless if it can't communicate, right? How these panels talk to the outside world is one of the biggest differences between them, and it has a huge impact on any modern installation.
I mean, the evolution here is just night and day. The legacy panels, like the V8, they relied on old-school dialers for monitoring and these serial ports for programming. If you wanted to get them on an IP network, you usually had to buy an optional, separate interface. But the modern panels like Challenger Plus and Discovery, they come with Ethernet built right in, plus USB ports, and these slick options for modular wireless communication.
And here's the perfect example. The Discovery panel uses these simple, really elegant plug-in modules for 4G and for Wi-Fi. For an installer, this makes setting up primary or backup communication paths over a modern network incredibly easy. No fuss.
But you know, it's not just about the specs on a datasheet. The physical design of the hardware and the software you use to program it, that has a dramatic effect on what it's actually like for the technicians on site.
And you can see the physical difference immediately. The V8 and Challenger Plus, they use that classic big metal enclosure that takes up a lot of wall space. The Discovery, on the other hand, it uses a modern DIN rail mount.
Now that's a standardized track system, which means it has a much smaller footprint and it's designed to just snap right into standard electrical cabinets. That saves a ton of space and installation time. Okay, now this might be the single biggest leap forward in terms of the feel of the system. The Discovery has a built-in web server. This is an absolute game changer. It means an installer doesn't need to load up special software on a laptop anymore. They can literally configure the entire system from their phone, a tablet, or any device that has a web browser.
And it's really important to distinguish this from user apps. Don't get me wrong, systems like Challenger Plus have fantastic apps like Tecom Plus that give end users great remote control. But the Discovery's onboard browser is different. It's a powerful tool built specifically for the installer, giving them deep, direct programming access right there on site.
Okay, so we've seen the evolution in power, in connectivity, and in design. After all that, how do you actually pick the right controller? It's not really about finding the single best panel. It's about finding the best fit for the specific job you're doing.
So, let's just break it down nice and simple. If you're out there servicing an existing site that's been around for a while, you're probably working with a Challenger V8. For a new, cost-effective small commercial job, the Challenger LE Plus is the perfect fit. The Challenger Plus, or the 10, is still the go-to workhorse for large commercial systems, especially if you're upgrading a V8 and want to reuse some of the old gear. And for any new, high-end installation that needs maximum power and future-proofing, Discovery is, without a doubt, the premier choice.
And you know, this quote from Aratech really says it all. Discovery isn't just another new product. It's being positioned as the new heart of the entire telecom ecosystem, built on all the lessons learned from decades of real-world experience.
This whole journey from the Challenger V8 to the Discovery, it shows this incredible evolution towards systems that are just more powerful, more connected, and way more intuitive to install and manage. It shows us where we've been, and it leaves us with one really exciting question. What comes next?